A South African delegation has reportedly reached an agreement with the Lesotho government and political parties on the future of Prime Minister Thomas Thabane. They say they want to implement a dignified retirement for him. The 80-year-old has been under pressure to resign amid a murder case that he and his current wife are suspected of being involved in the case over the assassination of his former wife. They've both denied the charges. At the weekend, South African diplomats stepped in to try to calm tensions after Thabane sent soldiers and armored vehicles onto the streets of the capital, Maseru. Thabane said this was to restore order against rogue national elements.
Our visit, a special envoy to the decision by the Right Honourable Prime Minister, which he had announced in February of this year, for him to retire from politics as the Prime Minister at the end of July, beginning of August or sooner. The feeling is that that has to be implemented. The majority that in fact, without any exception, they ask that the Right Honourable Prime Minister has to leave the office with dignity, with grace, as well as security. When we first came here in January of this year, the Right Honourable Prime Minister said, as of now, the Lesotho Constitution does not talk about the retirement or resignation of a sitting Prime Minister. So the time frame of end of July, beginning of August, was necessitated by that defect in the Constitution, that time was going to allow the Parliament in Lesotho to amend the Constitution in order to allow for the resignation or retirement of the sitting Prime Minister. You'll recall that we also spoke about the prolongation of Parliament. As we understand it, the National Assembly had passed the 9th Amendment Bill to the Constitution that also amongst its sections will allow for the retirement, the resignation or death of a sitting Prime Minister. So, as it is indicated in the statement that was released by the Minister of Communication, is that that 9th Amendment Bill has to be proceeded with, but with consultation with all parties represented in the Lesotho Parliament in order to ensure that that is implemented effectively, ensuring those three issues that we have mentioned: the dignity, the grace, as well as security. We feel that if that is proceeded with as a matter of urgency, we can be able to see the improvement in terms of political relations in the Kingdom of Lesotho. The issue of the rule of law, as the statement indicates as well, is of cardinal importance, because it is very important that the rule of law must always be upheld, but more particularly the respect and the acceptance of the judgments of the highest courts of this country, especially decisions of the Constitutional Court, so that no one must perceive that the judgments of the courts are not respected.